Hello, my name is Saad Ahmed. I'm one of the group members for this carbon canoe project called the Sinking Eagle. Our team name is called Let Sink In. So this is a brief history of how canoes were created. It was created between the 8200 and 76 BC, which is located in the Netherlands. So this applies to how carbon canoes were created based on facts. And the Pesci canoe is the oldest known canoe that ever existed. So the agenda for our carbon canoe project is to have buoyancy applied to our carbon canoe. It's really important to have buoyancy because so because so that it can hold the canoe in place and doesn't flip over when floating on water. And the goal of the carbon canoe is to see how long the canoe will last on water and travel from one side to the other side from lakes or swimming pool. So these are some of the problems that are mentioned in our carbon canoe project. One problem may be potential leaks. So leakage or carbon canoe on floating water, maybe some misplaced holes, small holes that we didn't really see can cause the carbon canoe to damage and sink. And what didn't work was the duct tape provided for actual canoe, since we had to add layers of tape to make it strong enough and have a good grip. And also the cardboard wasn't provided to us, so we had managed to get some from a local grocery store, which is cheaper than getting expensive cardboard online from Amazon, which costs between like $100 to $200. And we got thick cardboard that's good to use for making the carbon canoe.
Template for the prototype and constructed it with very minimum duct tape, just so that we could save our majority of our duct tape for the actual canoe. The dimensions for the prototype is 23 inches long by 6 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall. And again, this was just our prototype, which is a non-2 scale prototype. Moving forward, we then took our prototypes to a secured testing location on site, which is a water fountain in front of the campus. We put them in the fountain and added various objects weighing various amounts, just in one. And then in the other prototype, which was a much smaller scale prototype, this prototype did not have any seams, edges, or anything. It was all pieced together and then duct taped heavily to see how our duct tape would hold and function in water.
For the analysis, from the prototype that we created two of them. One that was slightly smaller that you saw on the other that you can see over here, and then we created a bigger one. There were no folds or anything like that. This is the one that worked best because in the smaller canoe that we made, it was made out of pieces that were duct taped together, and that just did create leaks. So it was better. We know that it's better to create the canoe off of one piece rather than multiple pieces and gluing them together, because that decreases the chance of having leaks. And cardboard is also a very water-taking kind of material. It's not waterproof at all, so it's not the ideal material for cardboard for a canoe. We also learned about the buoyancy theory, which is the most important thing that we learned by doing this project. And which again states that as long as the density is less than the density, as long as the density of the object is less than the density of the water, it'll create it to float.
Of our project, this is the Canoe 2 scale, our actual canoe size, which was 63 inches long by 2 feet wide by 1 feet 3 inches tall. So we used multiple layers on all sides of the canoe. The sides of the canoe had 2 layers to help maximize sturdiness, which we actually found out wasn't enough, but this is a cardboard canoe project. The bottom layer, we used 3 layers of cardboard, 2 of those layers entrapping air to create an air gap to help maximize with our buoyancy so that we could float, which is our main goal for this project, was to build a canoe out of cardboard and duct tape for it to float. It may not necessarily be a fast canoe. So the potential areas of leaks we duct taped heavier on than we did on just on the sides in the flat surface area. And so this is our cardboard canoe project.